la. Okay, so today I spent most of the day listening to Korn and trying to talk my friend through a situation that I understand way too well, and it was really kind of depressing, and I tried to keep my spirits up, and then I acted like a fucking jackass with the guy that I met for coffee that time. So yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking trying to meet new people. Anytime I tell them anything about my life, I always feel like I'm inflicting some kind of damage against them. I mean, bulletin points. First time I was ever sexually molested, I was 2 years old. That's where it started. Got taken away from my parents when I was 6. My first foster family was out of the frying pan and into the fucking fire. The first time I got diagnosed for PTSD is because when my sister slipped up one day and told our case manager something that she shouldn't have said about what was going on, 16 days later, the cops came to our school for a follow-up. So for 16 days, I believed I might actually have to watch my sister die before dying myself, if anybody told him what she had said. So then I don't know. We went into a temporary foster placement. That was neither here nor there. I enjoyed it while I was there. But looking back on it as an adult, those people were really fucked up. Then my first adoptive placement with my sister, I was going through hell, and I wasn't adjusting exactly the way they wanted me to. So they adopted my sister, and I went to the group home. I lived there, and for the most part, I tried to stay happy, but I had some anger management issues. But I worked through it. I did all of the work that I was supposed to do. I took the meds even though I didn't want to. I did everything they wanted me to. And then when I was 15, I was doing so well, I decided to try to get adopted again. I was like, I want a family. Fucking moron. Moved all the way to Wisconsin. Was only there for 11 months. Came back. Got back into the group home I'd grown up in. Stayed there until I aged out. Couldn't really handle it on my own. I was becoming agoraphobic. Like, all I did was work and go home. I justified it by saying the rent was so expensive. Why the fuck would I spend money on anything else? Just be there. Then I moved to in with some women that were the managers of my group home when I had aged out because I had quit my job and I ran out of money, and they helped me out. I love you, Christina. I love you, Laura. They're my moms. And then I ended up moving with Christina to Chicago, well, Berwyn. And I lived there for about 2 years before I couldn't handle the lack of mountains. And I came back, and poor life choices, ended up homeless, ended up in a relationship. I don't even know if that's really what you would call what happened. He was stalking me while I was dating him, and he nearly killed me. I got the fuck up out of there, got some help from the people I was working with, because I still had a job even though I was homeless. And then I got help from the Salvation Army, got an apartment, and then my PTSD kind of overtook my brain, and I was sleeping in the closet of my studio apartment. So, yeah, I really should have sought out help for my mental health a lot sooner, because I ended up quitting my job, and I was going to go to college, and I was trying to work out what the hell was going on with my financial aid. And when I went to go see what was going on with my financial aid, I had a message from my biological grandmother on my dad's side. And then shit got weird. And then Jen moved back here from Maryland, and I lived with her. We had one apartment. We really didn't like those apartments. We moved to another apartment. And then she finally got her back pay, and I talked her into getting a house. And then I went inpatient twice in the span of 1 year, because I was trying so fucking hard to be normal that I was like taking all of these meds and doing all of this work and trying to be fucking, I don't know. And it just got to me. The second time I went inpatient, I did not move back in with my sister. I moved out for about a year. Got into another relationship that was actually okay at first until the trust was broken. So, yeah. And I got so stressed out that I think my body literally started shutting down, because I ended up in the hospital and they could not figure out what was wrong with me. Not for my mental health, for my physical health. I was in so much freaking pain. It was insane. And then when I got out of the hospital that time, I moved back in with my sister. And then we just lived together, and now we ended up selling that house, and now we live in rural Tucson. And I live a quiet, simple life where I bug nobody for 2 years, and then I fucking signed up for OkCupid. What the fuck was I thinking? I can't do this to people. I can't subject people to this. Sorry.